What happens when a young star flashes real potential and then gets pushed into the shadows? Trey Palmer lit up the field in 2023. He earned his spot, proved himself, made big plays, and yet, here we are, talking about how he's sliding down the depth chart. Is the Buccaneers' offense making a mistake? Or is Trey Palmer just getting left behind in a crowded room? Let's break it all down, because this situation is way deeper than it looks. Tampa Bay fans, we need to talk. Because there's a player on this team, a guy who worked his tail off, made real plays, showed real promise, and now he's barely holding on to a roster spot. We're talking about Trey Palmer, the former 6th-round pick who gave the Bucs some serious spark in his rookie season. Back in 2023, Palmer played in all 17 games, started 8 of them, and finished with 68 targets, 39 catches, 385 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's not just solid, that's impressive for a 6th-rounder. And it didn't stop there. In the playoffs, Palmer showed up again, with 3 big catches for 88 yards and a touchdown. That's clutch, and that's the kind of performance that makes fans believe a breakout is coming. But fast forward to 2024, and the story completely changed. The Bucs added Jalen McMillan in the 3rd round, and then followed up this year by drafting Emeka Egbuka in the 1st. Suddenly, Palmer started getting pushed down the pecking order, fast. And despite injuries to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin last season, Palmer barely saw the field. He played in 15 games, but started just 3. His targets dropped from 68 to 22. Catches from 39 to 12. Yards from 385 to 187 172nd. Touchdowns from 3 to just 1. That's a major step back, and fans noticed. Now let's talk about today. The Bucs wide receiver room is loaded. Mike Evans is the WR1. Chris Godwin is WR2. Then you've got McMillan and Egbuka fighting for that WR3 spot. Whichever one isn't WR3 becomes WR4. That pushes Palmer all the way to maybe WR5 or WR6. And even that's not guaranteed. Veterans like Sterling Shepard and Ryan Miller are in the mix. Even Cameron Johnson saw more opportunities last year. And now, the Bucs drafted TZ Johnson, another receiver who's also battling for one of those final WR spots, and return duties too. Palmer has tried to make an impact on special teams, as a kick and punt returner, but now he's even got competition there. So here's the harsh truth. Trey Palmer's role on this team is slipping, fast. And it's not because he failed. It's because the roster around him is getting more crowded by the day. So tell me, Bucs fans, are the Buccaneers making a mistake by pushing Trey Palmer aside? Do you still believe in his talent, or is it time to move on? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell me where you think Palmer belongs in this offense. Let's keep this conversation going, because Palmer's story is far from over. What if Trey Palmer's biggest enemy isn't another player, but the playbook itself? 3 offensive coordinators in 3 seasons. New systems, new expectations. And now, maybe even less playing time than before. How is a young talent supposed to grow when the ground keeps shifting beneath his feet? This isn't just a battle for snaps. It's a fight for survival. And Palmer's running out of time. Rewritten section. Now here's where it gets even trickier for Trey Palmer. We're not just talking about competition anymore. We're talking about instability. Palmer is now on his 3rd offensive coordinator in just 3 years. Think about that. 3 different systems. 3 completely different philosophies. And each one of them may have a different idea about what Trey Palmer brings to the table. First, there was Dave Canales, who seemed to believe in Palmer. He gave him real targets, real playing time. Then came Liam Cohen, and suddenly, Palmer's role faded into the background. Now, enter Josh Grizzard, a fresh face, a new playbook, and a brand new judgment call on who gets to see the field. And somewhere in all of this chaos, Trey Palmer is just trying to prove he still matters. Is this a coaching issue? A Todd Bowles thing? Or just a matter of roster pressure? We don't know. But what we do know is this. Not long ago, Palmer was being talked about as a legit part of the future in Tampa Bay. He had speed. He had playmaking ability. He had the it factor. He's 6 feet 1 inch, 190 pounds, with flashes of big play potential. And guess what? He's still only 24 years old. Let's look ahead. 2 or 3 years from now, it's very possible that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are gone, retired, traded, or just moved on. And that means the new core could be Emeka Egbuka, Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, and Tez Johnson. That's a young, hungry, athletic wide receiver group, and Palmer could absolutely be a part of it. If he's given the chance. If he's still around. But here's the problem. If the trend continues, if Palmer's usage keeps shrinking like it did in 2024, we might not even get to see that future. And that's what hurts the most, because some fans still believe in Trey Palmer. They remember the sparks from his rookie year. They saw the talent. They just want to see it unleashed. But now, heading into year 3, the opportunity might be even smaller than it was before. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Is Trey Palmer still part of this team's future? Or has he already been forgotten in this crowded offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Rate your confidence in Palmer from 1 to 10. And tell us if you still believe the Bucs should carve out a real role for him. This isn't just about numbers. This is about giving a young player a real chance before it's too late.